Hi everybody, welcome back to a new video. We're going to be analyzing actually a special game today. This is going to be the first grandmaster from Turkey, Suat Atalık's game, Immortal game. He's playing against Gayla Sachs, and this is actually a long, long time ago in 1997, before I was born. And we used to take lessons from him, Suat Atalık. And let's go over his game. So it's a relatively short game. This is happening in the Queen's Pawn opening. The opponent plays a Nimzo Indian, right? So bishop goes to b4, and now queen goes to c2. So these are book moves. We're protecting that with the queen. Black moves the pawn to d5. White pushes the bishop with the pawn. After they capture, queen captures back. So this is a classic position. Knight goes to e4, attacking our queen. And now white moved the queen to c2. They bring the knight to here. Pawn goes to e3. So moving the pawn to e5 is actually an interesting move. After that move, Atalık captures it with the pawn, and queen goes to d5. Now this queen is actually protecting this knight. We are putting pressure on that knight, so we can try to overload on this queen. And in order to do that, white moved the bishop to c4, attacking that queen away. Normally the knight will be lost, but there's actually a very good intermediate move for the queen to do, which is going to be queen a5, getting out of the attack with a check. So white blocks this check with the pawn. Normally a move like this will be a big mistake because of this idea. If we capture that, the rook will be hanging, they can win the rook. However, in this position it actually works because we're not going to capture that knight. Instead, as white, we're going to be capturing this knight, the knight on e4. So that's what Atalık does, captures our knight with the queen. Now there's this fork. It's also a double check because the queen cannot just capture that. This queen is doing a check. So now we have to get out of the double check, and as we know, the only way to get out of a double check is to move the king. So white moves the king to e2, which is an inaccuracy. However, you will see why this is such a crazy game. It's because of this move and black making some blunders. Not big blunders, but positional blunders. Queen goes to e1, which is a very, very good idea. And now black captures rook with the knight. Bishop goes to b2, so we are already setting up our bishops like this, like Horwitz bishops. We're going to be making some attacks very soon. Now black castles and white moves the king to g3. A very important idea because if the king is on f3, the queen can actually do some checks. Now, in this position, black moving the king to h8 is actually a mistake. They are losing precious time to be able to move the queen back. For example, in this position, black should be trying to move the queen to d1 and then try to bring it back to be able to defend the black king. However, Gayla Sachs becomes actually a little bit too greedy, and after that move, bishop captures, white knight goes to f3, blocking this diagonal, and they can't really escape anyway. So now they have to capture that rook, which is usually a very good idea, but in this position it's not because the black queen is now stuck all the way in the back. And from this point on, as white, we actually need to be doing some very, very forcing moves. So knight goes to g5. This is a forcing idea. White is threatening a checkmate from h7. A very good move. And then black pushes a pawn to g6 to block the queen's way. And now another great sacrifice. By capturing the pawn on f7, we are forcing the opponent to capture us because we want to open this diagonal eventually. So in order to be able to open that, we need this bishop gone. The opponent captures it with the rook, and we capture that bishop, attacking the opponent's rook. The rook goes to g7, and again, another brilliant idea by Atalık. He moves the bishop to f7. So we are preparing to push the pawn to e6, and Sachs captures that bishop with the rook, helping us move the pawn to e6 with tempo. Right? They can block this, but that's not going to do much. They move the king to g8, and then Atalık is preparing a little battery attack, attacking this, but we don't really care about the knight. What we care about is the checkmate on h8. So Sachs moves the king to f8 to prevent this checkmate. Now the king can the king can escape from e7, and this is where things get interesting. White captures that, and now we are actually a full rook behind, right, of the opponent. But this is where we actually will get to do a checkmate plan. Atalik brought the queen to d7, and this is actually going to be a win. We're not doing a checkmate right away, but there's like a checkmate in 4 moves after this position, and black resigned. But let's see, after that check, because we have this bishop on this diagonal and queen over here, the king actually has to go back. If the king goes to g8, we can do this checkmate. If they actually go somewhere like towards here, whoops, let me fix that. We can actually prepare a checkmate in so many different ways. You can bring your bishop to f6, and then we want to do a checkmate in 2 moves by bringing the queen to first e7, forcing the king to go to g8, and then we can go to g7. The beauty of this position is the trapped black queen. The black queen is so far away, and because of the pawns, it cannot come in time. Like, if they try to bring it over here to be able to come in time, that doesn't work. You can do 2 separate checkmates. You can go first here again. After king goes to g8, we can bring the queen to g7 to do this checkmate. And this is how white destroyed black in this position. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one.